Hello folks, welcome back to another episode of the Liverpool Complete Playthrough. It's me, Dr. Benji FM. If you're enjoying the series so far, remember to drop a like on it, and let's begin then. So we're going to kick things off today. We've got a game against Everton coming up, Merseyside derby. I realise I'm wearing the wrong colours for that really, but I'm not going to change for it. So here we are then, Everton coming up. But before we get into that, strengths and weaknesses, the team report page. And it's not the strengths I want to focus on, it's actually the weaknesses. With January coming up around the corner, and obviously a transfer window on the horizon, I thought it'd be nice to have a little look at what we're lacking so far this season, where the problems lie, and how we can improve those as we move forward. So the first one is quite an obvious one, and I think it's probably been criticism of Liverpool for a little while now, is that there's no real leadership in the squad. Of course, Jamie Carragher, Steven Gerrard leaving Liverpool recently. There's no one there to really fill that void. Of course, Jordan Henderson, club captain, he's good at what he does, but is he the kind of player that inspires other players around him to have a top performance in the way a captain often does? There's arguably a few teams in the Premier League that are lacking that right now, but you look around a little bit. Sort of at Chelsea, you've like obviously this season, of course, they've still got John Terry there to be that sort of behind-the-scenes leader. Gary Cahill, I'm sure, plays a role in that as well. And plus Cesc Fabregas. At Manchester United, of course, they've got players like De Gea that have been there a little while now. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Wayne Rooney still in the background. I think people mention it a lot though that Arsenal lack leadership, as do Liverpool in many respects. So is that something we have to try and improve and look at going into the January window? Is it worth getting a little bit more experience? I mean, the experience we have right now, I guess, comes from a player like James Milner. He's been there, done it, won a Premier League title, etc. But with 15 leadership, is it the sort of thing we're looking for? Are we looking for more of players like James Milner, more players that have been there, done it, and won things before? So that might be something to look at as we go into the January. Leave your thoughts, of course, because by the time I record the transfer episodes, I will have seen the comments on this video. So what do you think then? In terms of what we're lacking in a leadership position, is there a position maybe we should go for someone in that area of leadership? I don't know, let me know. In terms of some of the other things then, the squad isn't the best in terms of jumping. I mean, we play a possession-based side, so I'm not too, well, style, so I'm not too disappointed by things like that. Slow second half starters, which is interesting. 17 of the 18 goals conceded come in the first 15 minutes of the second half, so it might be worth sharpening up or playing a little bit more defensively coming out of half-time team talks. I'm sure I'll probably contradict that in today's episode and forget all about it. Goals against the 6 of the 17 goals have come from crosses. Another 6 have come from the right side of the pitch, so that's our left side, I'm assuming. Okay, well, I mean, that's an area in which we brought a new player in. We've had a little bit of a change there. Moreno and Said have played intermittently between each other at left back. A cross completion ratio of 8%, ranks 17th in the competition, which isn't very good at all. And for a team that play wingers as well, you'd probably want that to be better, wouldn't you? But we don't really play a target man, so I guess that could be a reason for that. Headers won tally a 54%, which is 18th in the league. So again, it kind of goes into the jumping's not so good, our crossing isn't so good, and the crosses we're putting in, really we should avoid crossing. I think that's what we're getting at. Top goal scorer, Keita Balde is leading goal scorer, but he's 5 strikes only good enough to rank him 20th in the competition. So that is again maybe an issue of concern for us. If we look at the general info then, sorry, the selection info, and look at the goals scored, you can see that I guess some of these must be in cup competitions as well, but we're not scoring that many goals. Firmino, 7 goals in 15 games. We're having to score goals in all areas. We haven't got that consistent goal scorer. We sold Daniel Sturridge, that could be part of it, but it's interesting to always to look, I think, at the things that you aren't quite doing well, like compared to things that you are doing well, and just focusing on those. It's important to look at the weaknesses as well, and we've gone through a few there. So let me know in the comment section things we can improve, things we can change. Is it worth maybe getting, I mean, based on everything I've just seen there, maybe a talismanic sort of striker, Ricky Lambert-esque sort of a leader, but a striker at the same time might be something to consider, as Thiago Maia is sort of ushered in front of my face. It's always nice to see him. Right then, Lucas Leiva's unhappy that the promise I made hasn't been kept. Okay, I said he'd play more, and they just haven't played him at all. So now we've got this issue. I don't think you're cut out to earn your chance to merit an opportunity, etc., etc. That's totally out of order. I can tell you're beyond reasoning with it at this point. Nothing I say is going to keep you here, so I'll have to let you go. There we go. That's what I mean. That's not a great way to end our relationship with Lucas Leiva. I played that actually for a while at Liverpool. I did really enjoy, but in the squad we have now, in the way that it operates, he doesn't really fit in. If we were playing a defensive midfielder, it'd probably be the kind of guy that suits, but we're not, so he doesn't suit so much. There's been a lot of speculation this week surrounding the future of Sam Allardyce. I'm sending my assistant. When I see a question like that, I'm walking out and sending someone else, as we are going to get a quick game save here. And Everton coming up then, a team that I quite, as much as I'm sort of a Liverpool fan and whatnot, I do quite like some of the Everton players. I think Lukaku's continually an exciting prospect, and he's probably the kind of player that does need one of these big moves that people get talked about a lot to make an impact on world football. What's this? Shan can be tutored by Henderson at 22. No. But yeah, they've got quite a few players that I think are quite interesting. Of course, Bartley's a player that continues to sort of just confuse and befuddle a lot of people. And I do like Yannick Bolasie as well. I thought that was quite a shrewd signing by Everton. It was a shame he got injured this year. And we'll see if we'll play against him today then. So in terms of a lineup, I don't know if they were playing 5 there. I guess we'll see in just a moment. This is the lineup we went with last time. We played Joe Gomez, you might remember, against Sunderland and did a pretty good job. The question is, do we recall a more experienced Ragnar Klavan, or do we go with Dejan Lovren, who's had a little bit of a complaint recently because he's not been playing as much? Well, because he wants to move to China, essentially. He wants all the money in the world. And I've not let him go as of yet, but there's a window coming up, Dejan. You might get your opportunity. If you're watching. I looked at the camera there like, well, if you just calm down. I think we're going to bring Klavan in because I just trust him to do a decent job along with Matip. The rest of the side, you know, I might just keep the same. If it ain't, again, it's that old phrase, isn't it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think we'll put James Milner on the bench instead of Grujic for this one. Experience if required. And what I quite like is that everyone, by and large, seems fit. The players that aren't so fit are the younger players that will hopefully get games with the under-23s and things like that. So the team, again, remains as it was, much like last episode, but Klavan comes in for Gomez, and that's the only change in this game then we're going to make. In terms of tactics, we're going to keep things as normal, standard fluid, and change it as we go on. As the teams are warming up, we're please waiting for that. And yeah, Everton, interesting season, down in 12th position with 21 points. One of these sides that probably are underperforming for their standards, and well, they're very safe from relegation. There's a lot more expected of them. That's not really happening. Now, I mentioned Yannick Bolasie as a bit of a problematic player for me if he was coming up against us, but actually Everton play a very defensive formation. 3 at the back, Funes Mori, Jagielka and Ashley Williams. Leighton Baines on that left-hand side, Coleman on the right, Guay sitting just in the middle of them both. And you've got McCarthy and Schneidlin, which is a decent midfield. I mean, it's quite a good unit. Like the back sort of 7 they've got going on there is quite interesting. Or back 8, I should say. It's quite interesting. Barkley then playing behind Lukaku, who's their only real outlet in terms of goal scoring. And if you can stop the ball getting to these two, then that should be quite straightforward. You would hope, you would think. We'll keep an eye on that then as the games go on. We're favourites here. Go out there, impress me. Again, there's Merseyside derby, big thing, like a lot at stake here. You've got to win this for the fans. I mean, if there was a time to say for the fans, you'd probably say it today. But again, there's no sort of Jamie Carragher's, is there, or Stephen Gerrard's in the team, so it might not mean quite as much. Of course, Carragher was an Everton fan, but you know what I mean. This was still a big game for him. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's see then. At Anfield, I mean, home game, they wouldn't have had to travel very far anyway, even if it were at Goodison, would they? But it's okay. And I've gone to this view. We'll change it back to close, just in case people didn't like it. I don't know. I've got to record a few of these at a time, so we'll see what people said, and then for the majority of it, we'll go with that from whenever you've decided. Early stages here, then. We've had little to nothing happen, and the first half has gone. The first half is finished. Finito. And what we ordinarily do here is go attacking. I think because we're at home, we'll do the same thing again. Part of the issue... I did this last episode as well. Sorry, that I hit the floor. The desk. I didn't hit the floor. My arms aren't that long, I should clarify. That's a very boring first half. And I must say, I'm going to look at... Well, okay, let's look at a few things. First of all, the possession. Who's having more of it? We're having more of the possession. There's been 3 shots in total, I should say. No clear-cut opportunities at all. Everton's one shot was a long shot as well. I just want to see, then, the positioning of both Liverpool and Everton. So first half, you can see that this is our defensive side. This is the more attacking side. The right side, we're causing a few problems without really getting in their area. I mean, our heat map says a lot there. Whereas Everton, again, very central as you'd expect. They've got a lot of players in the middle of the pitch. And it seems as if, I don't know why that is there for. I mean, are they going this way? Has the keeper had it a lot? I'm very confused. Either way, there's a lot going on in the middle, not a lot going on out wide. And I think that's probably the area which we're going to have to try and get in behind and punish them more than anywhere else. Getting in behind them is going to be probably pretty difficult. This might be... I noticed there, Emre Can struggling fitness a little bit. We'll keep an eye on that. I think Wijnaldum might be someone to bring on. Maybe Adam Lallana on that left-hand side, a little bit more creative. Do you know what? We'll make that change now. It's quite a risky thing to do, but inside forward, Adam Lallana, it's worked wonders before. We'll see if it works wonders again. We'll get straight back out there then, see if Lallana has a difference. He's still got his coat on. That's amazing. Oh, what a moment. He hasn't changed his coat. Oh, no. I mean, I've never seen that as a bug before, but that's amazing. Oh, he's got his... Oh, will he take it off at any point? He's just jogged on. He shouldn't have it on, but I'm loving it. This is one of my favourite moments of Football Manager ever. It's just a man in a white coat. He looks like he's from an institute and he's trying to get one of the patients back. It's amazing. He's just out there loving it. I'm never going to get over this. As we're on this right-hand side, there's football going on, but I can't escape the fact that Adam Lallana is running around in his tracksuit top. But this is only the sort of thing that would happen in Football Manager. Mane, ball in. Firmino's there. Oh, it's Fernandes went to the back of the net, and that man in the white coat is running over to celebrate with us. I absolutely love it. Firmino puts it in the back of the net then. It's 1-0 to Liverpool. It was a bit of a scrappy goal. It comes from the wide areas, though, and I mentioned that before. That looks as if that's where our goals are going to come from. Firmino, sort of volleys it against the chest of Jagielka. Amazingly there, by the way, Firmino gets the goal, which I think is a little bit harsh, but we will take it. The substitute has now apparently happened. Has Adam Lallana got the coat off yet? Or has he still got it? He's taking it off. There we are, then. He was getting a little bit hot with it on, as you can only imagine. But that is one of my favourite moments in Football Manager this year, when Adam Lallana has just got his coat on in the Merseyside derby. I mean, he was acting like a player that wasn't really supposed to be on the pitch, which I liked. Anyway, straight after that goal, by the way, another highlight. Seed on that left-hand side, ball into the middle. Firmino's there. It's headed clear by Phil Jagielka. Coutinho brings it down and plays it into Henderson. Of course, we've gone more attacking in this half, so we'll be expected to force the issue a little bit more. Klein then, where's he going with it? Switches the play all the way to that left-hand side. Lallana in acres of space. Adam Lallana, they're surprised he's on the pitch. He didn't look like that beforehand. Ball played in. Firmino's there. Volley. Henderson. Oh, it's a great finish. Left-footed, edge of the box. And in the Merseyside derby, it's Liverpool 2, Everton 0. I mean, there's no more confusion about kits. I mean, that player there is getting well involved, and Henderson nearly punched him in the face. It's 2-0. It's all kicking off in the Merseyside derby. There's not been that many bookings yet. Only one so far. I think this is usually quite a feisty affair. The ball's played in then. Firmino's efforts blocked, and Henderson on the half volley smashes it into the back of the net. Lovely finish from him. As I'm continually told about these substitutions. I get it, guys. It's fine. I understand that we've made some. So with half an hour to go, Bournemouth still top of the table, but you can see there we're rising up the ranks. 20 minutes to go here. As the ball's launched forward, Joel Matip comes out, claims it. Firmino again, a third would probably put the nail in the coffin here as Klein brings it forward on this right-hand side. He's got Mane ahead of him and finds him. Sadio Mane, ball into the middle, drilled across the back to the back post. And Adam Lallana, the man who wears multiple costumes, does a cartwheel as well, makes it 3-0. 20 minutes to go. I think that's time for a change as well. Wijnaldum's going to come in for Emre Can. Coutinho probably still stays out there for now, although we could change that in a moment. And at 3-0, I mean, this is game over in terms of for Everton. It's not been a good performance from them. Southampton have scored or done something to push us back down to fourth, but we're strongly in fourth position. And Bournemouth continue to be the team to catch. That is the story of the season so far. Coutinho then ball in. Gareth Barry heads clear. Falls back to Philippe Coutinho. Mane, cause a problem down that side, my friend. Go on, get further forward. Get it into the middle. Our crosses today, I mean, we looked at it before the game. They've been on point as Firmino heads home. The cross comes in. All of the things we talked... This happened in the last episode. I said we want to get Mane in the goals. He scores a goal. We talk about the fact we want to get more crosses in and be deadly from those areas. And we've scored from, I think, 3 crosses in this game, maybe, apart from the Henderson goal. I think every goal has come from a cross. Yeah, it has done. Firmino then heads in from close range. I mean, considering Everton have got a lot of defenders, their marking there is very, very poor. 15 minutes to go, and there's another highlight. 4-0 to us. We're absolutely dominating, and I, for one, am loving it. I mean, Liverpool fans around the world must be loving this. As the ball is launched forward towards Lukaku, who I have to say has been extraordinarily isolated. It might be something, actually, at the end of the game. I want to see what an impact Lukaku's had so far after 76 minutes. He's done barely anything. I'm interested to know how many touches he's got as the ball again is floated in towards him but headed clear by Henderson. Everton do come forward though, but lovely ball to Leighton Baines, who's got Lukaku in the middle. Baines into Lukaku, and as I mentioned that he's done barely anything, I feel like I'm jinxing this. Everton get a goal back. If they come back, by the way, the series ends today. This is the final episode. But 4-1, lovely ball to Leighton Baines, I have to say. Then the ball pulled back for Lukaku is good as well. You'd expect him to score that. Too much space to do whatever he wants. And I wonder if that's to do with the replacement Wijnaldum coming on for Shan, and whether that's had an impact. I do wonder. As the time ticks down then, that should be that in this game. That's going to end with a free kick to us. Klavan's pushed nicely further forward. Jordan Henderson, I wonder how many passes he's had today. Should we take a look at that? I doubt there'll be any highlights to go. Interesting. Obviously, we've played attacking more in the second half. 73 passes tried, 64 completed. Still very good, still the most on the team. But remember, we looked at it in previous games against sort of lesser opposition, and he's having around the 100 mark. Not today, though, as Klein ventures forward. Another cross comes in. Stekelenburg even makes the save. You can see from the stats on the right-hand side, though, 16 shots for us, 4 for Everton, and a 56% possession rate for us too, which is really, really good. Passing was very good as well, especially compared to Everton, and a 7.64 average rating. I mean, again, with 1-4-1, you may well expect that, but it's going really, really well. I'm really enjoying this save. I'm really enjoying managing a team like this, and you seem to be enjoying watching it as well. As that brings us to an end. 4-1 is the final score. We will take, after this team talk, we will take a quick look then at just how isolated Romelu Lukaku was for Everton. I know he scored his goal, but up until that point, I don't remember him really doing anything. We'll take a look at it as we go to Lukaku. Is there a way we can do this easily? Okay, what I want to look at is his heat map for one and why he's been involved. Okay, so ordinarily very central, but it's his touches. Now, oh dear me, I should have planned this. I'm interested to see how many touches he had throughout the game. Was that on his heat map? No. Okay, this is going to be a great fun now, folks, as we try and find where his touches would be. Possession, maybe? Touches. There we are then. It's that there. So he's had 167 touches. So actually, that is touches, right? Yeah, touch. He had 160 more touches than anybody else on the pitch, which is confusing. And when you think about the fact he's a centre forward, you can see a lot of his touches did happen. He had one touch in the box. Actually, that can't be right then. That can't be right unless he's attacking this end. No, he can't have been. He scored a goal, though, game. So I'm very confused. I don't understand. Okay, well, I mean, he lost possession a few times and had 167 touches. But, I mean, ordinarily, folks, I'm very confused because he scored a goal. And I don't think it was any of these ones. Unless this is him going forward here. I guess it was 80. I don't know. When did he score? He scored on the 77th. I mean, that only makes things more confusing. I am very surprised at how, considering how little it felt like he was in the game, that he had 167 touches. What's his other one? Gained possession a few times as well. Well, that's to me, that's very, very curious that he had that many touches but had that little impact on the game. It must have been a lot of headers. I mean, can you look at how many headers? Aerial challenges. I mean, he had the most on the team. It was clearly being launched up to him quite often. But yeah, we kept him out of the game, really. Didn't have that much to do. We didn't do much in the game at all, did he? So there we are then. Anyway, a 4-1 win. I'm baffled by the stats that Lukaku had the most touches on the pitch. Got the Everton goal, of course, in the Manchester derby. Manchester City won, Manchester United won. So that kept them both behind us, which is quite nice to see. And again, Bournemouth beat Arsenal at the Emirates. Arsenal Fan TV is a must-watch tonight, folks, let me tell you, as Bournemouth do them. I mean, I kind of want to see what happened in that game. Josh King at the double. Alexis Sanchez got one as well. But, I mean, at the moment, Bournemouth are rampant. You look at the side, they've not made any significant signings. In fact, I don't think they've made any signings, which is really, really curious. But that is going to bring us to the end then. If you've enjoyed today's video, please do leave a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. And from me, at the Liverpool playthrough, from us and Bournemouth at the top of the league, we'll see you again. Goodbye.